Dear students, welcome to the class. Coming to problem number 1. In a parallelogram ABCD, diagonals AC and BD intersect at O. Intersect at O, and AC is equals to 12.8 centimeters and BD is equals to 7.6 centimeters. Then find the measures of OC and OD. Find the measures of OC and OD. Look at that. What are the things given here? In a parallelogram, ABCD, the diagonals. So let it be the parallelogram ABCD. And here given that the diagonals AC and BD are intersecting at O. Okay. Also provided that AC length 12.8 centimeters, whereas BD length 7.6 centimeters. Isn't it? So earlier, while discussing of the properties of a parallelogram, we discussed that in a parallelogram, diagonals bisect each other. In a parallelogram, diagonals bisect each other. Okay, that means OA is equals to OC. Even OB is equals to OD. Now what we want? OC. So OC is equals to OA. Hence O is the midpoint of AC. Then OC length can be given as AC by 2. So AC is given 12.8 by 2. So which is equals to 6.4 centimeters. In the same way, OD can be written as half of BD. That is 7.6 by 2. Which is equals to 3.8 centimeters. Next, next one. In figure ABCD is a parallelogram In figure, ABCD is a parallelogram. Moreover, P comma Q are the midpoints of sides AB and DC. Then show that quadrilateral APCQ is a parallelogram. So in parallelogram ABCD, given that P and Q are the midpoints of the sides. So let it be the parallelogram ABCD. ABCD. So what is given here? P is the midpoint of AB. Okay. And Q is the midpoint of DC. Then show that quadrilateral APCQ. So join AQ, then join PC. Now this quadrilateral APCQ is a parallelogram. We have to prove that. See, given that P and Q are the midpoints of the sides AB and DC. Hence, I can write that AP is equals to half of AB, even QC is equals to half of DC. Isn't it? So from these two, since already given that ABCD is a parallelogram, then in a parallelogram opposite sides are equal also, no? AB is equals to DC. So since ABCD is a parallelogram, actually we can write that AB is equals to DC. If both sides, if you multiply with half, that is half of AB is equals to half of DC. But earlier we know that half of AB is equals to AP, whereas half of DC is equals to QC. So we got that AP is equals to QC. Okay, but this is not sufficient. Only opposite sides are equal. But this condition is not sufficient to prove that quadrilateral APCQ is a parallelogram. Now we need to prove that AP is parallel to QC. Along with opposite sides are equal, we also want to prove that opposite sides are parallel. To prove this is a parallelogram. And see what we can write also, since the entire ABCD is a parallelogram, then no doubt AB is parallel to DC. Isn't it? Opposite sides are parallel. So now from this AB is a part of AB, no? So AP is parallel to the part of DC, which is QC. Let it be condition number 1 and let it be the condition number 2. So from 1, 2, opposite sides are parallel as well as equal. So from 1, 2, I can say that quadrilateral APCQ is a parallelogram. Next one. So ABCD is a parallelogram, and AP and CQ. ABCD is a parallelogram. AP and CQ are perpendicular to the diagonal. AP and CQ are perpendiculars from vertices. These are the perpendiculars from vertices capital A and capital C. On diagonal BD. Then show that first one, triangle APB is congruent to triangle CQD. Also, we have to prove that AP is equals to CQ. AP is equals to CQ. So look at the statement once again. ABCD is a parallelogram. Fine. Let it be the parallelogram A, B, C, D. And also BD is the diagonal. Okay. Now AP and CQ are nothing but perpendiculars drawn from vertices. Okay, vertex A. So let it be the perpendicular drawn from A on diagonal B, which is AP. And similarly, let it be the another perpendicular which is drawn from C to the diagonal BD. So we have to prove that triangle APB, this triangle, is congruent to triangle CQD. So using congruences rules, we have to prove it. So given that, my dear, ABCD is a parallelogram, isn't it? So coming to proof, given quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. So generally we know that AD is parallel to BC. In a parallelogram, opposite sides are parallel as well as equal also. AD is equals to BC. Next, see, this angle is equals to this angle. Say 1 and let it be the 2. So since AD and BC are the parallel lines, then AD and BC are the parallel lines and BD is the transversal cut now. Then this angle 1 and angle 2 are the alternate interior angles made by the transversal. So they are equal. So now to prove the condition 1, from triangle APB and triangle CQD, let us see First I can say that angle APD, which is equals to angle CQB, because both are right angles. Both are right angles. And also, see what is this angle 1? Angle 1 is a CBQ, which is equals to CDP, not CDP, ADP. What are they? Why they are equal? Since they are alternate interior angles. And moreover, see what we got here. This is AD is equals to BC. So in these two triangles, two corresponding angles and one side. So by AAS congruency rule, we can say that triangle APB is congruent to triangle CQD. Okay, ma? So now these two triangles are congruent to each other. Hence, we can declare that AP is equals to CQ. Why? Because of these are the corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Next, see, look at this question, my everybody. In triangle ABC, otherwise do one thing. See, suppose ABCD is a rectangle. Moreover, P comma Q comma R and S are the midpoints of the sides. Midpoints of the sides AB, BC, CD and DA respectively. Then show that quadrilateral PQRS is a rhombus. Quadrilateral PQRS is a rhombus. See what is given? ABCD is the rectangle. Let it be the rectangle ABCD. Also identify the midpoints of the sides. They are nothing but P, Q, R, S. And if you join these midpoints, see, we have to prove that the so-called quadrilateral PQRS is a rhombus. So first of all, you can write what is the given information. So given that ABCD is a rectangle, moreover P, Q, R, S are the midpoints of the sides AB, BC, CD and DA respectively. Okay. Now coming to construction, join AC. Construction is join AC. Now by joining this diagonal AC, now the rectangle is divided into two triangles. Isn't it, ma? So look at here, in triangle ABC, after joining diagonal AC, now in triangle ABC, see P and Q are the midpoints of these two sides AB and BC. Then according to midpoint theorem, do you remember midpoint theorem of a triangle? The line joining of midpoint of any two sides of a triangle will be parallel to the third side and also half of it. So the line joining of midpoints, which is PQ, is parallel to the third side AC, and also PQ is equals to half of AC. Fine. Next, in triangle ADC, once again midpoint theorem. According to that, we can say that SR is parallel to AC. SR is parallel to AC, and moreover, SR is equals to half of AC. So see here, PQ is parallel to AC as well as SR is also parallel to AC. Therefore, I can say that PQ is parallel to SR. Also, you see PQ and SR both are equals to half of AC. Hence, I can say that PQ is equals to SR. I mean, in this quadrilateral PQRS, what we got that PQ is parallel to SR as well as PQ is equals to SR. So opposite sides of this quadrilateral, at least one pair, is parallel and also equal. Actually, by joining the diagonal BD, if you repeat once again the midpoint theorem, then also we can prove that SP is parallel to RQ as well as SP is equals to RQ. Then opposite sides are parallel as well as equal. Therefore, basically we can declare that quadrilateral PQRS is a parallelogram. First of all, is a parallelogram. But we have to prove it as a rhombus, no? But since what is given, ABCD is a rectangle, no ma? Is a rectangle. Then in a rectangle, opposite sides are equal. AD is equals to BC, we can write it. Then if you multiply with half on both sides, half of AD is equals to half of BC. So what is half of AD? Can we take it as AS whereas half of BC can be taken as BQ, half of AD AS, and half of BD which is BC which is BQ. Right, we got it as AS is equals to BQ. So now look at that in triangle. Now from here, this triangle and this triangle. In triangle PAS and triangle PBQ. Look at these two. So just now we got it. What is that? AS is equals to BQ. Fine. And also I can say that AP which is equals to BP, because P is the midpoint. Isn't it? AP is equals to BP. And also angle PAS, because opposite angle PAS which is equals to angle PBQ, because rectangle, no, this is basically a rectangle, so this is a 90 degrees, even it is also 90 degrees, each are equals to 90 degrees. So once again, SAS, two sides and one angle, no. So by SAS congruency rule, can say that triangle PAS is congruent to triangle PBQ. Then can I write it SP is equals to PQ? SP is equals to PQ, because of corresponding parts of congruent triangles are equal. So earlier we proved that opposite sides are equal and parallel. Now what we proved? Coming to adjacent sides, SP is equals to PQ. Similarly, from these two triangles, we can also prove that RQ is equals to RS. I mean, all the four sides are equal. All the four sides are here equal. And moreover, opposite sides are parallel. Hence, and moreover, angle, adjacent angle is not equals to anything, is not a right angle here, isn't it? So therefore, quadrilateral PQRS is a rhombus, where all four sides are equal, and all four sides are equal, and four opposite sides are parallel, and angle between any two adjacent side is not a 90 degrees, not a right angle, isn't it? So which is a very important standard result, ma. So the line segments joining the midpoints of a rectangle forms a rhombus. Okay. So the PQRS, which is nothing but lines joining the midpoints of the sides of a rectangle. Hence the quadrilateral PQRS is a rhombus. Right? Thank you. Thank you, everybody.